What's up YouTube? Today's video will be a tutorial on how to do bangs and different types of bangs for your character. For my style, bangs are a little bit tricky to do, so I'll show you how I do them. You could probably do them in a different way that saves more layers, but this is how I do mine. So for today's model for the bangs, we're going to use Megumin from Konosuba. Specifically this picture, because in this picture she has, I believe, 4 different types of bang styles that I can show off in just this one picture right here. So she'll be the perfect candidate to do so. Alright, let's get started. So the first way of doing bangs is we're going to do a very simple one first. Okay, it's going to be this piece of bang right here, which is a simple shape. It's going to be just a hard shape, right? Stretched out like so. We're gonna make it black, and we're gonna copy it, and we're gonna turn this layer right here orange and bring it down to transparency 50 so that it's kind of brown like her hair is supposed to be, right? And there you have it. That's the first way of doing bangs, is just a simple heart. Okay, the second way of doing bangs is going to be this piece of bang right here, which is kind of similar to the first one, but with a little nuance to it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a heart piece right here. Make sure it's curved a little bit, right? We're going to have a heart piece that goes above the layer that we just had right here, and we're going to make that black. And then we're going to put the hair color to it like we did before, which is orange, turn it brown, right? This is what we had before. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a circle. Okay, we're going to take a circle, and we are going to try to recreate this curvature right here that is in Megumin's piece of hair. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a circle, and we're just going to gently try to cover it up like so to make that curve. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to keep this circle gray here at first. Okay, we're going to unlock that, and we're going to take a white circle, or make another circle, turn it white, and try to cover it like so. Like so that the only the inner piece of this gray circle is showing. You can make it a brighter color. Let's say you can make it green, so that you can see a little bit easier where the lines are going to be, right? So you want to cover all the lines of this circle except for the outer circle, like so. We're going to lock it, and we're going to go back to that, and we're going to make it black. And now that was important because we needed the black inner outline right here. And on top of that, if you're doing skin tone, you need to copy this, turn it to the color of the skin tone that you want. In this case, Megumin was probably orange 30, and make sure that the transparent layer overlaps correctly and perfectly with the white layer underneath, like so. And that is how you do the second style of bangs for Megumin. Now the third style of bangs, she has sort of like we're going to pretend that she has sort of like a straight across cut of bangs for her hair right here. So in order to do that, you're going to take a heart, and it is very important that it is over the skin tone layer, because if it's not, it's going to look funky, right? So it's very important that it's over the skin tone layer like this, like so. And we're going to put it, let's see, right, we'll say right here. We'll say like right here, right? Okay. Well, let's extend it a little bit more, like so. And we're going to turn this black, and we're going to copy it like we did before. Make the hair color, which is 50, I believe. Yeah, 50, orange 50. And we're going to do it like so. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a square and make sure it is over this layer right here. Okay, so what this will do is this will create the cut of the bangs right here. Now, of course, if we're actually following like the way this goes, the cut will be about like this way right here, like so. But since we're trying to like pretend that she has like a straight cut for different different characters, we're gonna pretend that she has it straight like this. We're gonna make this white. We're gonna turn this to the skin tone layer, or skin tone color, which is 30, and we're gonna overlap it like this, like so. And it is very, very important that the skin tone right here overlaps perfectly with the underlying tone on the bottom. And the reason why we need the white on the bottom is because if we did not have the white on the bottom, it would just look like this, and it wouldn't look good at all. That is why we need the white undertone, or the white layer underneath, so that it hides all of that. And if it doesn't perfectly align together, this is what happens. You see how the skin tone's kind of like a different color now? It's because it's two transparent layers on top of one another, which creates a different shade. So this is why it needs to be perfectly aligned, so that it doesn't have that mismatch, like so. Okay. And after that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put in another layer, another heart layer, to finish it off, like so. Copy, I make it black, copy, orange, 50, like so. And that is how you do the third style of bangs for Megami. The fourth style is going to be this style of bang right here, which at first when I started doing this, when these two types of bangs were really close together, I used to always do like the 5 shapes for each one of these to recreate this bend right there. But I found a more efficient way to do it, and I'll show you how to do it right now. Okay, so we're going to start off with the circle right here, and you can see that these bangs are underneath this huge heart right here. So we're going to bring these bangs all the way back underneath that, right? Okay. Just like so. We're going to make it black, we're going to copy it, and we're going to go orange 50 for the hair color. And for this one, the only lines that matter are the outside lines right here, so you don't have to worry about the top or the bottom. Just make sure that the outside lines are visible. Like so. Next, we're going to come in with a heart shape. And we're going to bring that over the appropriate layers, which is right here. We're going to come in with the heart shape, like so. So that the bend, is going to be prevalent on both of these pieces when we're done. We're going to make it black, and we're going to turn it white. Copy it, turn it white. Give this a lock. We're going to bring it over like so. We're going to lock it, or not lock it. We're going to copy it before we lock it. Okay, we're going to lock it now. Change it to the skin tone color, just 50, and we're going to align it perfectly like so. Not 50, 30, my bad. And then as you can see, the black lines are peeking out a little bit, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna shorten that just a tad bit. So and elongate it a little bit. So bring it down, and there we got it. There we go. And that is how you do the other style of bangs to save layers for this one. Okay, that's our other style. Now, let's see, how many styles do you do? 1, 2, 3, 4 styles. The 5th style is going to be this one. It's not really a style, it's just an issue that you'll run into, right? So for this one, we're going to do it like, recreate this bang like how we did this bang, which would be, we're going to bring this all the way to the back, because it's going to be in the back. And we're going to make sure that this outside line is going to follow this outside line right here. So let's just practice that real quick. Just going to do that, make it orange. Should be orange 50. For this line, you don't have to worry about that much, because what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing that we did for this piece. We're going to bring in a circle, a black circle, or right now it's gray, but we're going to make it black, and make sure that the line of this hairline right here lines up with the tip of this piece of hair right here. So we're going to do it like this. Let's do it like this, right? We're gonna make this black. We're gonna copy it, go over this layer with the white, copy it again, go over this white layer with the skin tone, just 30. Like so, and you see that's peeking out a little bit, this line right here, so let's just bring it up a little bit up. Yep. And then we can go and fix this circle right here. Instead of a circle, what we're going to do is we're going to change it into a heart shape, so that has that sharpness to it. So we're going to do a heart shape right here, like so. And it's very important that this black piece, or this heart piece, extends all the way up here too, so that we get the right color for the hair. So if we don't get the right color for the hair, it's going to look funky. I'm going to make this black. Let's bring it out over to it like this. We're going to copy it. We're going to go over it with this orange. And we're going to give it that line on the outside. We're going to make this 50. Yeah. Like so. Then here comes the hard part, which would be this line right here. So for this one, it's going to be the same thing, exactly the same thing as this portion, but because of how the layers work, it's going to be inherently difficult to do the coloring for this part. So for this one, we're going to do it like this, bring it all the way back, like so. Just pretend that it's like this, right? And you can see that the hair curves inward, so we're gonna make this orange. Orange 50. And you can see that there's a curvature right here, right? And so you know that there is a circle over these layers right here. But we forgot to lock the black one. So the curvature is gonna go something like this. But if you can see, we can't really change it to the skin tone color because we need this. There's two pieces of coloring right here that goes into this circle that creates the curve. And the only way that I found to do this is you need to make the hair, or you need to make the circle that, excuse me, the only way that I found out that works is you need to make the color of this circle the color of the background of what it's going to be, or at the very back. So we're gonna make this black, and it looks like the back of Megumin's hat or something. Let's make that like a dark magenta. So now we're gonna make that sort of like a dark magenta color, like so. Okay. That is how you create the bangs for this. Then you're gonna ask yourself, well then, what do we do about this? This magenta color is eating into your face a little bit, so I don't know what to do. Well, you're gonna have to play, fill in the gap with these shapes. Okay, the only thing that I've seen that works for me is we're gonna have to go in with other shapes and fill these gaps in. So this one, we're gonna go with a heart shape for the chin, right? Gonna make that black. We're gonna make it white. Copy it, make it white, and go over it with this, so that we kind of have like a white layer. Oh, but you see that doesn't really work because there's gonna be. Oh, actually, you know what? It can work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. Copy it. And bring it to 30 for the skin tone. And it looks like that. Well, now what do you do for this piece right here? You need to make another piece that goes over all of these pieces right here, like so, to kind of fill in that gap in that color. Make sure it follows the line correctly, like so. And maybe a heart would be a better shape for this. Let's try a heart. Let's go with the heart. I don't know if it will be, but let's go with the heart. Bring it over, and there we go. Oh, kinda, but not really. I think this would be the best that we're gonna get. We're gonna make that white, and we're gonna go over, make it orange, do the 30, and lock it in. And that is how we do it. Oh, and that is how we do it now. We have the color of the face, or the skin tone color of the face, along with the color of the background here, so that we don't even need to add the background anymore. And those are the different styles of bangs and how to work around problems that you might come along the way when you're doing bangs. Oh, before I go, I forgot one more thing. As you can see at the very top, right, when you're doing transparent hair layers, or transparent colors for hair, you're going to come out with blotches like this when you're doing line art with them. So in order to fix that, the only thing that I found out is you need to go over all these layers at the very top, and there needs to be a final layer that kind of covers everything in the color that you want it to, which will be black, copy, orange, which will be this color. Right? Which would be this color. And you need to do it kind of like perfectly, or you're gonna get this line right here. If you don't do it perfectly, you're gonna get a black line as well. And I found out that the easiest way for this to work is to just create this kind of like halo around the very top to make it look like a hair highlight instead of a black line. So it's going to look like a hair highlight like this. And that is how you cover up the disproportionate colors at the very top. So a better example of this would be my Aisaka Taiga card right here. Now, as I mentioned before, I had this highlight looking thing here, which makes it kind of look natural. But if I didn't have that piece there, this is what it would look like, right? Just a bunch of blotches everywhere. I even got like a piece of skin tone breaching out from the hairline right here. And yeah, see how the excuse me, see how the color right here is different from everything else. Everything looks like a big mess, but because of what I did right here, everything looks a little bit more cleaner now, and actually it looks natural. This part right here looks like it's supposed to belong there. That's why it works. Okay. Now this is also another reason why I love doing characters with black hair, because with my style specifically, black hair allows me to use way less layers for them. Alright, so let me try to do a black hair like curvy bang right now. So before, this layer right here, this curve right here, took 5 layers. Okay, 5 layers. We're at 34 layers right now. Okay, we're gonna do it like we did it originally. We're gonna make it black. We're gonna copy it, make it white, and copy it again, and make the skin tone. And there we go. We're done. This is 3 layers versus 5 layers because I don't have to worry about the inner black line for the hair, and I don't have to worry about the hair color because the hair color is really black. On a side note, I highly advise you to not do something like this, or not do a character piece like this, because there's so many layers in the hair that you need to get with the black outline and the inner outline, along with like the entirety of the picture overall, that I don't think it's going to be worth it. I'm not saying you can't do this, but if you want the line art, I highly advise you to not do certain characters like this, because it's just, you just don't have enough layers to do it. Okay, as a bonus, I could show you how to do like these types of curls right here, like you see on Beatrice right here. It might look daunting at first, but it's actually quite simple to do. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a circle to start out with. You're gonna make it black, and like we did before, we're gonna just do the hair like so, right? Like that. Then we're just going to copy it again and bring it below these layers right here. And it looks like it's kind of tilted a little bit, so let's do that, right? After that, we're going to copy it. We're going to bring it down to this layer. We're going to make it yellow, so that looks like this, okay? Then we're going to copy it again and bring it over this yellow layer right here that we just put down. We're gonna make it black, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna copy it, bring it over to the layer that we just did, and let's make it an orange, right? So that we have like a kind of like a dark orangish. This be better? I think this would be better right here. Change the transparency and make that dark hue, right? So that you got this in the dark hue. And you can see that this kind of extends a little bit more down, so we're gonna make this second silk right here a part of the yellow piece right here, like so. And this is going to be two shapes. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go down to this very bottom layer so that the black outline doesn't coincide with this layer right here. And that's how we're going to do it. And then after this is just, you know, following the same steps over and over again. You're just going to bring it all the way back. This circle, bring it all the way back. Make it black, copy it, bring it all the way back above that layer, make it yellow, like so. Copy it again, bring it over this layer, or the yellow layer that you just did, make it black, like so that you get that shade in there, or you get the line with the shade. And then you're going to copy it again, bring it over the layer, and what was it, yellow 60 I believe? Yeah, yellow 60, just like so. And that is how you do Beatrice's Twin Tails.